JM and the AM, good morning. This is actually we talk about our contribution to how the world works and our responsibilities when it comes to our very own future. And obviously we take that seriously when it comes to voting, right? We have a role in determining who's going to be our leaders, et cetera, and we think we know what's best for us, et cetera, et cetera. And then David Stiebel comes along and he publishes a book entitled Things God Can't Do, and reminds us of God's role on a day like today and every day. David Stiebel, a pleasure to welcome you to JM and the AM.
Thank you. Good morning. Happy to be here.
Appreciate that. I'll tell you, there's a few reasons why this is so intriguing. First of all, Things God Can't Do. You could have published a postcard. You could have published a little booklet that people carry around with them or show off to friends and family because of this unique concept that you have, in fact, published a complete guide of things God can't do. But you went ahead and you published an actual book of over 190 pages entitled Things God Can't Do. Why did you feel that this was the best format for this message?
Yeah, so for years already, I love teaching people about God, just in getting new ideas across. And like last year, I was actually playing around with a website builder, and just the funny idea of making a blank website popped up called thingsgodcan'tdo.com. And I was like, I just had such fun. I just put it out there, and it was like the funniest thing. I got a kick out of sending it to people. And then about a month or two later, I had heard about this book that was published. I think it was like some Republican published a book, Reasons to Vote Democrat, and it was a totally blank book. And then other people told me there's other blank books, and I was like, wait a minute, that's great. So I stole that idea, and I published a blank book. And sure enough, it's 190 pages. It's totally blank. But the title is Things God Can't Do. And I printed one off on the self-publishing platform just for fun. And it got such a riot out of people that I decided to publish it for real. And it's funny because it's exactly like you look at it and you see the title and you're like, wait, what? And then you open it up and there's this like moment of like, oh my God, I can't believe this is a blank book.
By the way, it's on Amazon. I mean, is there movement at all? Like, is there some wind behind the sails of Things God Can't Do?
There is. I mean, to be honest, I don't have a big audience, but the people who do find out about it tend to really enjoy it. I've sold a couple hundred on Amazon. I have a Skummas from Big Rebbeim about it. There's a few. There was a big Hasidic Rebbe that visited Detroit, and I gave one to him, and he literally just started just chuckling loud, like out loud.
It is
and
so
then,
great.
And he took it back with him to Israel. And so, I am having a ton of fun with it. And it's for sale on Amazon. The website is thingsgodcan'tdo.com. And it's great. And people are asking me when the second volume is going to come out, my favorite follow-up is I want to publish an audiobook.
Oh,
that's mine. But I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I volunteer to be the voice for your audiobook if you want. That's fantastic.
Let's do it.
Thingsgodcan'tdo.com. I fell for it, by the way, folks. I did go to the website. There's nothing there outside of the ability to actually get to Amazon through the website and buy the book, thingsgodcan'tdo.com. And David Stiebel decided to actually publish this complete guide. And I'll tell you what really got me on this, because it's not really a completely blank book. You've gone ahead and you've included, 15 chapter headings, things like problems God can't solve, people God can't help, times God can't intervene, et cetera, et cetera. And I think those chapter titles are real key why people are enjoying this.
Yeah, I think so. It's sort of like it really is a real book, but then each chapter is blank. Right. And it's interesting because it actually published originally a little before Pesach last year, and I had a bunch of people buy a copy specifically for their Passover Seder, because Passover Seder is all about talking about the miracles that God can do and everything. And they brought it to the table to add to the discussion. I thought that was great.
And I'll tell you. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I had one friend here. He had a grandchild who was sick. He actually got the book as like a chizik and a message for the parents that were going through this hard time, because it's a very strengthening message. It's fun, but it's also a very, very nice, powerful message to remember. No, there's really nothing God can't do.
By the way, you have no idea how important a point you just made, although maybe you do know because you had that personal experience. You have a chapter entitled Illnesses God Can't Heal, and everybody has somebody they know who's either recently been diagnosed or has gone through a really difficult battle. And the reality is that it's important to keep in mind that God can, in fact, heal if he wants to, and if he feels that's what's best. And that's the chapter on page 119. And again, Illnesses God Can't Heal is completely blank. Pretty cool.
Thank you.
By the way, one of the, aside from the chapter titles, and I think it's one of the big differences between publishing a card or some type of, small piece of memorabilia with this on it. I think the chapter titles with all the blank chapters has a tremendous impact. But your FAQ, you have 3 FAQ pages, frequently asked questions. And I think those also are major discussion points and also a dose of reality for a lot of people. I mean, it may not seem like much. It's only 3 pages, but I would imagine you put a lot of work into those.
Yeah. So when the first time I published it, I got so many, in addition to like the fun reactions, I got a lot of great questions people came up with. The most famous one was, well, can God make a rock so heavy he can't even lift it? Because That's a famous paradoxical question. Right. And I got a bunch of questions. So I said, you know what? If people are already seeing this book and it's getting their thought juices going, let me put an FAQ in there just to keep get them a little bit more. Now, I mean, you could write 1,800 books about really, how to answer these questions and more thoughts. And obviously there's lots of books already written about God and thinking about God. But I thought, let me put a few small questions and a taste of questions in the back there. And I did work on those ones. Those ones are actually written by me. I probably put more work into the FAQ than I did the 190 blank pages.
Yeah, correct. That's obvious. David Stiebel's with us. Are you a theologian? Are you a rabbi? Are you somebody who generally hangs out in the faith-based leadership area?
So I'm not a rabbi, but I do teach. I do teach sometimes, and one of my favorite topics is teaching about God and about Hashem. And really, I feel like I've over the years found different little snippets or ideas or analogies or frameworks that kind of make you think a little differently. What I find is that everyone's conception of God is not actually correct. Whatever God you believe in, he's actually way more amazing than that.
Right.
100%. Even, no matter how, and then tomorrow when you realize he's more amazing than what you thought yesterday, he's actually more amazing than that too.
Yeah. Maybe that's the sequel. Maybe that's the sequel.
Right.
He's even more amazing than you originally thought. By the way, I purchased the book for a non-Jewish friend of mine who is a man of faith because I knew he'd appreciate it. And I know that soon we're getting into the national and international gift giving season, so I'm not really making the recommendation, but I am telling people, if you have people in your life, Jewish or non-Jewish, who are people of faith, this is something they'll find fun, serious, and that they'll appreciate. And I don't know if you thought of any of this when it came to the marketing, but the reality is this is for everybody in the entire world.
Yeah, I did think of that. That's why the name doesn't say Hashem, it says God. And I also put the dash in between the G and the D there, which actually there's an FAQ question about that.
Correct.
And,
good talking point. Good talking point.
Yeah. So that was a fun one. And I've been trying to keep it sort of religion neutral,
right?
To try to reach as large an audience as I can, because it really is true. It's applicable to everybody.
Well, I just wanted you to know that I actually purchased it and gave it as a gift to somebody who's not Jewish, and they absolutely loved it. They
that's awesome.
They didn't know how they were able to exist without it being in their home beforehand. So that's pretty cool, though.
Right.
David Stiebel is the author. I have to be careful. I mean, you are the author. You did the FAQs and the chapter headings. He is the author of the book Things God Can't Do, a complete guide. You can go to thingsgodcan'tdo.com. You can also go to Amazon and just search for it. And I'm telling you, folks, as empty as the book is, it's worth having. I'm telling you, it has my approbation. It is worth having. David, congratulations. I think I told you this from the beginning. I love the idea. I love the concept, and I think it came out great. And congratulations on this. And I hope a lot of people pay careful attention to this and make it part of their library soon enough.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the praise and the love. Thank you.
A pleasure. Great speaking with you. David Stiebel. It's a Tuesday morning broadcast, and you're listening to JM in the AM.